Alright, back here in Vegas for what will be the title game of the scratch division of this year's Las Vegas Open. $4,000 on the line in this match. Only two Kamrons remain standing. This is the Weier Kamron going up against the Doyle Kamron. Weier spared in the first. Doyle struck in the first. On a grind out condition here right now, over the sixth arrow almost gets the 4-pin to trip out, and that is a frustrated Kamron Weier right here as he struggled through the first game of this two-game title match. 2 games because this Kamron is the top seed, and in this format only needs to win once to win the title. Doyle, the second seed, has to win twice, so he won that first game already. Did not have a good look, and we're on the same pair that we bowled that first game on, and still fishing around. A little high, a little light, shot after shot. But fills the frames with spares. Will spares be enough against the 13-year-old phenom from Tennessee, Mr. Doyle here? Age could definitely be a factor here, as Kamron might be ready for the retirement home before it's over. Far from a loss yet, sir. Looking for the opening double. Oh, you betcha. Focused, talented, repeat shots. Doesn't seem even remotely intimidated by the situation, which even for a quote-unquote experienced 13-year-old is surprising. He's cashed in regionals. He's the youngest player to do so. Youngest gold finalist. I believe youngest certified 800. Would he by far be the youngest Vegas Open champion if he can pull it off? It's tight. Oh, but it holds. So he's gotten himself back dialed in. We're saying, I would like to do that, please. See if he can here in the third and fourth before this match turns into a runaway quickly. Doyle so good at putting that early stamp on his opponent. We're now, it's on Weier here to try and mount a comeback already, and we're only in the third frame. Kamron from Washington State. If you didn't watch the other 12 videos he just recorded, he's the current Pac Northwest Bowler of the Year, winning out in a tough race. And a little conversation with the pins and himself. One of the more deliberate bowlers on our tour. And there's a lot on the line right here. You want to make sure you're completely ready and committed to whatever you decide to do to throw this shot. He's well aware it's time to commit to something. Just do it. Looks like he went a little weaker and a little faster and tried to bump it up right. And that ball held nicely. That break point was a good 7-8 boards right of his last one. And they're really, really dry out there. So it looks like he went to a weaker ball, a little bit more up the back. And that ball was able to not overreact. And that's great news right now for Kamron. It's been a long 8 or 9 frames here. I just don't mean just time-wise. Relentless commentary. Huge shot right here for Weier. Looks pretty good. Oh yeah. Tremendously big double for Weier, as you can tell by his reaction. Not just in terms of purely on the scoreboard, but just for a, you know, mentally there, because I was just going through such frustration the last 8 or 9 frames. You got to feel like, geez, am I ever going to strike again? As talented as he is and as experienced as he was able to dig deep and figure out what set of adjustments would work, and he's right back in the match. However, this Kamron has found himself a little bit of push here, and has used it to his advantage for an opening 4-bagger. Sort of did the same thing in his match against Jeff Young in the semis, where he got a little deeper and tighter, came around the side of the ball a little more to get the ball to project left to right. Just kind of did this little dead fade thing. If he can get this fade shot to carry and have a little bit of room to the right, it's going to be tough sledding for anybody to play him. Up quickly. Oh boy. Make it 5. And that's a real good sign, because he went up there a little quickly, threw the ball a little quickly. The ball really didn't grab as well, but tilted out the 5-pin. And that's disheartening for Mr. Weier here. But he had a real good look the last 2 frames. Repeat those shots, get a 4-bagger of your own, and be within 10 pins. We saw high scores all weekend long until the shots started to burn out. Then the scores went down considerably. We're, oh gosh, about 5 or 6 hours since that occurred, so it's been a bit of a grind since then. Can he grind out a 3rd in a row right here and the 5th? Yes, sir. Wow. Awful impressive stuff here from Weier as he bounces right back with that triple. The veteran versus the up-and-comer here. Classic matchup. They bowled something called super match play in the semifinals. There were 30 scratch semifinalists. They bowled 8 games, and they played all 29 other bowlers every single game, getting 10 bonus spins for each win. So they essentially played 29 times 8 matches, which is something less than 240. So an awful lot of bonus spins were possible. There were big moves up and down the leaderboard all day long. And here's another huge shot. It's tight. Oh! Down goes the 10. It carries, and we got ourselves a match. And all of a sudden, it looks like Weir's got a board or 2 to play with us. That ball was a little left of the target that he'd been looking for. It held and it carried. Game on. If they keep striking, I might actually make my shuttle. If not, we're going to have a quick handoff to someone who lives in Washington to film the rest of this and give me the camera back next week. Oh wait, next week won't work, so they're going to be down here for gold. For a 6-bagger. Telling you what, guys, that ball is hitting pretty weak the last couple of shots, as I think the adrenaline is finally starting to amp him up just a little bit. That ball is squirted just a little bit, and it was kind of a technology strike there, tilting that 5-pin out the last frame, and there the 8-10 was up for an uncomfortably long period of time. Up quickly again. He bowls like a 20-year veteran of the tour. If there's anything that is showing him to simply be a 13-year-old kid, it's the last couple frames his pre-shot routine has gotten shorter and shorter. Not like he takes a lot of time anyway, but and who can blame him for jumping out of his shoes at this point? But as he's gotten faster and faster, that ball speed's been up a tick, and I wouldn't throw it any harder if I were him. Having said all that, he throws it much better and slams a 9. Isn't that bowling for you right there? Bowling in a nutshell, kids. As he gets that ball speed back down to a carrying level and instead slams a 9 with the messenger that forgot to hit it on the way back. Tell how he feels about that. Because he knows that Weier can completely catch up, and then some, coming up in the next 2 shots. What a match! No problem at the 9. They qualified 1st and 2nd. Kamron was up there after qualifying. Weier was. Doyle, not quite as high, but Doyle had a fantastic semis, and Kamron had a late surge in the semis to vault into the #1 position. With 2 strikes here, will suddenly find himself in the lead in this match. And we are already at 10 minutes. Son of a... Will it roll? No, it won't. Half 10. Bad result as far as the scoreboard, but great result in the fact that he's in the pocket now. I think he's going to stay there the rest of the match. He knows where to put it. It's just a matter of that finest little extra bit of fine-tuning to get the corner pins to go every time. Whoever does it the best is going to end up winning this tournament. I know I want to see who wins. If you do, watch the last part of this video on YouTube.